What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. This is episode 203. We closing on a 4-year anniversary. Um, Today is going to be a very good day for the thinkers, the outside thinkers, because some people, they don't think to this level. So today is for the outside thinkers. Yes. Okay. So, how's everybody doing? This show today is called, you see it, The Gardener's Hypothesis. Okay. What is that? Well, I'm going to break it down to you. But before I get to that, I would like to say, if you would like to support this podcast, please join Club 357. 357 is just how much it costs, $3.57. Mindset, if you like crazy stuff, all the stuff that I'm going to have on that particular channel on my Patreon. I am actually, next week I will be in Colombia and I will be posting, videos from Colombia on Club 357. So it's only $3.57 per month, and you get 15% off on all merch. Whole bunch of stuff going on over there. So what's a club? If you are paying $1, I consider you a member of this unique club. You support the machine, everything I do. That $3 supports the YouTube channel. It supports the podcast, which we are going into 4 years. You are a member. You're not just giving me money. You are a member. And anything that comes up in the future, you will be a part of it. Okay. So today, also, I have dope merch, always keeping the merch on edge, shirts, hoodies, hats, whatever you want. It's over there. All of the links will be in the description below. So check that out. Okay. Now, today is a beautiful show. It's going to be, like I said, it's for the thinkers. And if you're a thinker, you're going to understand a good notion of what I'm talking about today. Okay. So we want to get a little crazy. We want to get a little, you might ask, hold up. You might ask, why do I have the hoodie halfway on, half hot shit, the head a little shining a little bit. And why do I have the shades on? I don't know. I'm just feeling like this is my Neo, this is my Back to the Future outfit. This is my Halloween. This is how I'm feeling today. This is how I'm feeling today. Okay. So just be a part of it. But I want to shout out all the podcast listeners, man. Also shout out everybody that subscribed to this YouTube channel, LR Pod Live. Appreciate y'all. And please, if this show is dope to you, please like it, share it, and do whatever you have to do to get it out there. Okay. Because sometimes people, I got over 203 shows now, right? In a pot. So you might feel some, you might feel, you might feel none. But 200 shows is a lot of shows. I talk about a lot of shit within those 200 shows. I dabble in everything. And now that we getting in to the Halloween season, like I said, I will be in Colombia on Halloween, a whole bunch of things, dope castles, underground tunnels where they kept the slaves at. It's like all kind of ghosts and shit out there. It's just gonna be crazy. We might be in a jungle, so it's gonna be crazy. So check that out. It'll be on a Club 357. Anyway, I want to start out by saying the importance of this show. Space has always been, like I said, and I would keep saying this about how I used to look at the Britannica encyclopedia every morning when I got up. Now it's coffee when I get up at this age right now. But when I was young, I used to look at the Britannica A to Z. It has some thick behind encyclopedias. And I just flip pages. I learned a lot about dinosaurs, whatever was popping in that time. We talk about 80s. So a lot of things have been updated since then. So you have the internet and you have YouTube to keep you on top, but something has always startled me, but gave me energy at the same time. And it was always the notion on what is going on outside when you look up. Okay. Some people don't care. I know a lot of people, they don't look up. They don't care. Like, yo, do you care how many galaxies is in the universe? No. I only care about how many dollars is in my bank account. And, I got to respect that. But you got some people that their mind goes out a little bit further, right? Their mind just expands and they just come up to you and they just talk about some crazy shit. And you just looking at them like, wow, you impressed. You've really impressed. You don't know what the hell they talking about, but you are impressed. And that's basically what it is. So today's show, I want to start off with something that been on my TikTok and my YouTube. Actually, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And let me see. This is dope because I always had this, you know, notion in my head about something very, very. Here we go, right here. So let's check this out. I'm sorry. Got to bring it over. I showed this to a lot of people and they messed their head up. And I usually look at this before I drink my coffee in the morning. In case a little bit arrogant or you are the center of the universe. No, bitch, you're not. So this video goes on to the notion of what this podcast is about. Those are galaxies, everybody. Okay? So, okay, that was me. All right, that was my TikTok. The thing is this, guys, listeners, okay? It's scary because we are floating on a little ball, shooting through space, probably, I don't know, 100,000 miles an hour. And there's an image that I wanted to show, but I couldn't find it. People think you are here, right? Just say this microphone right here. Right? And our planet is orbiting around the sun. It's just stationary. Uh, it's not. The case is you have the sun moving. Just say the microphone is shooting up and trailing it, locked in its orbit. It's the planet. So it's actually moving through space at a very fast speed. So we are not stationary in space. So what is today's podcast about? I guess Halloween is next week. I'm gonna try to do something else scary. I'll probably put something together for this side. So the thing is this, guys. What if there is something controlling us from a distance? Now, the topic, the Gardner's hypothesis, is basically an analogy of we humans, this planet, is a garden. Okay? And at a certain point, you will have the gardener that makes sure everything is okay with the plants, the flower bed, just the garden itself. Now, the crazy thing is, the plants probably never notice or see the gardener because they're on two different timelines, two different time periods, two different species. And if you get somebody so far in advance of us, time won't be there. They won't be contrived by time like we are. Every day, every minute, we looking at the hours, right? We're looking at the time. We're looking at whether we late from work or it's time to get off. Whether your birthday is a week away or somebody is stricken with cancer and there is no turning around. So this concept of time that we live by is way different. So right now I have another video to explain, before I get started, to explain the vastness of space, which is, there is no numbers to comprehend how big space is. But like I said again, some people do not care. But you might care about this in the direction that I'm going with this certain hypothesis because you are in the perfect time period of what I'm about to talk about. Okay?
One fact about the universe that blows your mind the most?
There are a lot of things about the universe that I find it almost impossible to imagine. One's just the size and scale of it. I mean, in the piece of the universe we can see, there are something like 2 trillion galaxies. We haven't counted them all, but that's an estimate based on surveys of the local universe. 2 trillion.
Okay. 2 trillion galaxies. We are in a galaxy. We are in the Milky Way galaxy, right? 2 trillion galaxies out there. Can you imagine what kind of life is out there? What levels of life out there? I mean, it just amazing. But my thing is, during the scope of all of this, and we got these high-end telescopes with the James Webb, and just regular telescopes at the house like I got in the backyard. There is nobody out there. There is no Star Wars shit going on. You see no action, no lights, no dimness from a distant star. We are seeing all the way to the edge of the observable universe, and there is no action out there. So what does that mean? But let him finish.
1,000 billion galaxies. And each galaxy is, let's say, around the size of the Milky Way. Some are bigger, some are smaller, but the Milky Way has 400 billion stars in it. It takes light over 100,000 years to cross a galaxy. And there are 2 trillion of them in the piece of the universe we can see. And we're very sure that that piece that we can see is a small bit of what may be an infinite universe beyond.
Infinite. So if the universe is infinite, there are infinite amounts of Lennies out there. There are infinite amounts of you that's listening to this podcast. It's out there. That one didn't take the job. One got killed by a truck. One had 4 kids. One never had kids. One worked at the post office. One worked as a truck driver. One was a cop. One was gay. One was straight. One had 3 girlfriends. One had 4 girlfriends. Endless possibilities. It's basically out there. But the scary part is we are not picking up no kind no, we are picking up no kind of noise. Not a radio signal saying, help us, our planet is dying, or just any kind of jitter that's going out there, any kind of white noise that we can pick up and possibly say, holy shit, yo, this is not natural. This could be an alien civilization. There's nothing out there. Now, I came up with this hypothesis, okay? So you either going to have it two ways here. What's going on out there? There's an island called Sentinel Island. I think it's somewhere off the coast of, I forgot what it's called. But there are these, and I forgot the name of the people. Oh, I hate when I forget stuff. But anyway, there's a group of people on this island that has been separated from other islands for thousands of years. Now, the government makes it illegal for anyone to go close to this island, right? Those people don't know that. Okay? So those people don't know nothing. And when they see a boat or they see something, they just get freaked out. They're like, what the hell is this? That's equivalent to our UFOs, unidentified objects. So imagine a helicopter flying over. They probably writing on stone or something like that they seen this object. And they can't put their knowledge to it. So they use something that they are used to describe it. So imagine, I think it's Sentinel Island. Imagine them as us. And being that we are so Stone Age, right? So young that there is a field around us. There is a law that no other civilization can come close to us because they could affect our lives, future, whatsoever. So it's either that or we are the first of all of those trillions of galaxies. We are the first form of intelligent life, which is bullshit, but hey, you never know. So with the invention of the James Webb telescope, which is a beautiful, I mean, that shit is just driving scientists crazy because it is basically seeing stuff that scientists said was impossible. They're showing galaxies that's 3.6 or 3.3 billion years old. And the universe, Big Bang was only 13.6 or 13.3 billion years old. But the Big Bang was 13.6 billion years ago, or light years or something like that, right? So the story is this James Webb can tell the gases of a planet it scans. It can tell if it has, life on this planet. Is this planet got carbon monoxide or, something like that? And they are not finding anything. They're not finding nothing. So, what is the Gardner's hypothesis, you might ask? Hold up. Let's break it down like this. Just say this is Earth. Earth is the equivalent to a nice little ant mound in your yard. It's not affecting nothing. The grass still growing. Even when you walk out there, you walk over it. It's nothing serious. It's nothing big. It's not messing with anything. because you might mow right over it. It's just another thing. You care nothing about these ants, right? Now, let's say, I don't know, you look around and all of a sudden, it's a different kind of mount. You wake up and you see this shit. You see a mount that's at least 3 feet, 2 feet or something like that off the ground. Now you're a little concerned. You're like, hold up a second. I don't know about this. I'm not feeling comfortable about this mount right here. I might want to take a shovel. I want to take some Clorox or whatever. Them motherfuckers dying. Right? Or in another sense, you see no mount. You see a couple ants, little cement area in your driveway or something like that. Next thing you know, you see a whole trail going into your house. That's a no-no. That is a big no-no. And definitely if you see them inside of your kitchen floor, right? You say, hold up a second. Let me get the raid or whatever hot water I can do. I gotta destroy these ants. Okay. Do you follow? Okay. Now imagine that we are the ants in this scenario on Earth. We started off as cavemen and we got swords, and we start off with swords. We start building cities, and next thing you know, we started, making metal. We found out a way to take oil out the ground and create combustible engines. Next thing you know, we got this serious device. It's called the atomic bomb. The thing about the atomic bomb, it would send off energy rays in all directions. And it's basically a beacon in space for the equivalent of you coming outside and you seeing a big ant mound. And you're like, hold up a second. Now, the gardeners here are the humans in this analogy. The humans, or the gardeners, notice that these little apes on this planet is crossing a threshold. They are getting to the point that their technology can bring them into space. Which I'm guessing, if everything, the way that video said, if somebody is out there, they've been out there for billions of years. And they probably don't have no kind of, useless skin and bone shell like we have. The sun burns it. The water liquefies it. Space will freeze it. So in space, we cannot tolerate those kind of temperatures or pressures or whatever. So the gardeners were basically, being that they are so advanced, they have a way to take care of these apes. Okay? So the gardeners have the power to take an asteroid or a comet and deflect it, move it, shift it, knock it, on course, off course, whatever, but the course is one place. The ant mound that's getting out of control. So what the gardeners would basically do is shift something natural So the people on Earth sees it as something natural. Okay? Nobody thinking anything. It's just a comet that's coming towards Earth. Nobody thinking of anything. But when you look at this kind of situation, this is a gamma ray burst. And you get this from exploding stars. Okay? Neutron stars, all of them explode, and they just send energy light years faster than the speed of light in two directions when it explodes. It shoots it through space and it burns everything up in its path. The gardeners have the power to deflect that source of energy, and it would take Earth atmosphere right off, as you see in this picture right here. Sam, so basically, we get to a level of technology to the point that we are now moving off this Earth, and we are affecting the balance of space. Planet hopping, solar. We are taking over suns. We are doing Dyson spheres. Next thing you know, we are jumping to other solar systems and then other galaxies. Same way we did to the Earth, we will do to space. But like I said, there is something out there that could possibly reset us. They are the gardeners. Now, the gardeners control solar systems, stars, galaxies, the whole universe, depending on how old they are. So us right now, with the technology we got, we thinking that we top shit and everybody in the past wasn't. Cavemen. I don't know. Jungle dwellers, cave dwellers, scrubbing for, trying to find stuff to eat, killing animals with sticks with sharp stones on the edge. Could it be that we could be the 20th, the 30th, the 100th, the 1000th civilization on Earth to reach a certain point and get reset? Now, as I questioned this theory, I said, what would the gardeners want? There is a resource that we don't know about, just like plants, vegetables won't know about until they are snatched up, cut up, and put into food, or dried up and squashed and put into herbs, right? But one thing is for certain. We are living in a time period where we will see, because we are right at the pinnacle of technology. I say in another 50 years, we'll be vacationing on Mars or the moon, sending satellites or telescopes or any kind of thing just deep into space. We can actually send nukes to space. So the gardeners will keep that to a very negative level. So, like I said, there could be many more people that survived that was actually had technology. And the way that Earth turned and the crust is still alive with volcanoes and shifting on plates and stuff like that, you would not find any evidence. Give us, I don't know. If we was knocked down into stone age, give us a good 500 to a couple thousand years. You will see no trace of plastics, no traces of buildings. Because erosion of this planet would just keep covering it up. And the only thing people will probably see that people was here that had technology before them would be what's on the moon. So the good thing is, space is beautiful, but it could be somebody out there that's watching the development of our beautiful planet. Let me see here. Let's break this down a little bit. No, I'm sorry, that's the wrong. Where is that video at? There we go.
Intelligence is rare in the cosmos. Intelligence as we have defined it. Because if you look at the fossil record, look at the portfolio of life that has lived and thrived on Earth. There are a lot of features of life that many different species have in common. For example, locomotion is a pretty common talent. In fact, we have creatures on Earth with no arms and no legs, and they still manage to move. We call them snakes. So locomotion, they figured out how to move even though they don't have arms and legs. Trees haven't yet figured out how to move. But what we have is evidence of features in life that apparently are really good for survival. The capacity to receive information at a distance. That would be the smell, hearing, sight. Sight is a very common feature in animals. In fact, there are certain expressions of sight that happen independently of each other. That's how valuable this was as a tool for survival. The fly eye has nothing whatever in common with the vertebrate eye, itself having nothing whatever in common with the octopus eye. Yet they are all eyes and they all see. Let's look at intelligence. Intelligence as we have defined it has shown up nowhere in the fossil record, which tells me that intelligence can't be all that important for survival. Otherwise, it would have been there in the fossil records. It would have been there manifested multiple times throughout life, but it's not. In fact, you can continue this to its extreme and say it may be that intelligence is just the right thing to have to render yourself extinct.
Stop. Exactly what I'm saying. Intelligence could be the remedy to you think that you are making an advance in life, or I want that phone, I like this phone, I want, next thing you know, you're going to have shit in your eye, or your arms and your limbs can go faster, because we are accelerating technology and we think it's a good direction. But could it be that it could also be our reset? And that reset, like I talked about probably like a couple weeks ago, that reset could be something, like I said, gamma ray burst, comet, or something like that. But that reset, whoever the resetter is, knows that it would not kill everybody on the planet. It will probably take a couple billion. I think it's about 7 billion people on this planet. Just say it take about 6 billion. You got 1 billion people to restart the planet. You have 1 billion people to start it all over again. You have 1 billion people to possibly get their self together, and within the next 5 to 10,000 years, any thought or any image, anybody, any writings, any books, anything that shows the previous life of these advanced earthlings would have been gone from history. Shit, Egypt could have been some form of a previous group of people that had technology, but the buildings was different. Our building form now is metal, steel bricks, and wood. That's mainly wood, and maybe theirs were some other form. So the moral of the story is this, guys. Whether wherever we at in life, it's a beautiful thing. But to see in the direction that I see, to see that there is no evidence of life in the universe, and there should be evidence everywhere. I mean, it should have just, been around soon as we were able to get devices to see into space. But there's no evidence. So that either means that there's nothing out there, or they are hiding, or we are cloaked from seeing everything. So, like I said, the age of the gardeners, I hope they don't exist. And if they do exist and we get to a certain point, the reset will come. So, I don't know. Enjoy the moment, because us looking into the future, trying to, speed into the future with the fastest technology, the better phones, the bigger TVs, the cars that drive by themselves and park by themselves. We are just elevating ourselves to a certain level that will get the attention of shit out there that's watching. So that's basically the pod, guys. And one thing I say is, you can't really look at life as on a serious note all the time. You see, I have fun, but I like to think, I like to say there is a purpose. But when I'm looking at that video that spans all the way out, deep, deep, deep into space, you sort of lose the focus of your purpose. And it makes you lean towards living for today, which is not a good idea to always live for today. But I just hope that we don't have to experience none of this stuff I'm talking about. And we are able to, the future humans are able to go into space and go to Alpha Centauri, and next thing you know, they're able to open up wormholes and go to whole different galaxies, and somehow, utilize the black holes in the middle of all of our galaxies. Maybe there's some kind of gateway to other galaxies. I don't know. But the one scary thing is when you look out there and you see nothing, but I know something is out there. That ain't no Star Wars shit. They don't have bodies. They don't have skin. They probably don't even have spaceships. But that's for another podcast. All right, guys. I will be in Colombia next month. I'm sorry, next week. Jesus Christ. Check me out on Club 357, or, I'll hit y'all up when I get back. But this is very important, what I'm about to say. When you go outside at night, look up, because the gardeners be looking back down at you. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful night. Enjoy Halloween.